Hey guys, what's going on? It's about 6:30 right now, and I just got home not too long ago, and I started working on the car. So I kind of went ahead and cheated for, I know this is part 3 of this video, and this will contain like different little clips here and there, but honestly, like I always tell myself, I always think I'm gonna like end up doing, or filming the whole thing, but then I always end up getting just way into it because, it kind of takes a while because you got to figure out what you're doing first of all before you can film anything. And so I had to I would have wasted so much battery and just, memory or whatever, just filming me messing up and just trying to basically stack something underneath the splitter to elevate it and stuff like that. So I know you guys didn't really want to see that. So first of all, I had to move the car from being over there to over here. And once I parked it over here, I was able to jack up the front, and start messing around with trying to place stuff underneath to hold the splitter up while I kind of did measurements with the bumper on from each end to make sure it's straight, because I'm kind of OCD and I'm pretty sure I got it as straight as I can. There's always going to be a little bit minor differences on each side. You ain't going to ever get it perfect because there's some stuff underneath the car kind of messing with it. There's also the way I probably cut it. There's probably just a tiny bit of, extra on whatever side. And not only that, if you're going off the bumper and the OEM lip or whatever style lip, there could be differences in that. It's not completely perfectly measured too, so I could have put that on slightly crooked. Who knows? There's all kinds of variables. So I tried to get as good as I could. And I am pretty happy where it's at. We got one bolt on each side for the mount. And I'm going to go ahead and set this camera up so you guys can see. All I'm going to be doing is drawing the next holes for the other 3 bolts now that it's on there, and then taking it off. But the quick releases kind of work right now, but they're a little bit of a pain in the ass because the back part of the splitter does hang a little low, or it's kind of, get to fight against part of the car. So I will be back. I'm going to set up this camera. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the blinding light, but I need it in order to get this splitter lined up correctly. Just getting this pencil, putting it through, and then kind of marking exactly where it all needs to kind of go. It should be good where I'm marking all this stuff at. And let's just do a little bit extra just in case. Okay, gone ahead, done that side. Let's go ahead and do, I kind of made also a mark along the side right here, so when I put this back on, it may twist because there's only one bolt in there. But kind of put it so we know what we're working with. Next, we're going to do the other side. And the other side is a little bit more trickier because I still have the plastic here. But I'm going to try to peel this back. Well, let's go ahead and take it off. Hold on real quick. Okay, I just had to find my number 10. Number 10 socket's always missing. And all you got to do, if I can reach this. Whatever. I'm not gonna be able to reach that without having to take off the whole the lower bracket or the splitter off, so I'm not gonna mess with this. I'm just gonna try to bend this out the way for now. I know it's not the best idea, but all I'm doing is the exact same thing I did on the other side, guys. So just tracing that down, then trace this hole again. You gotta make sure you fill it in as good as you can, so that way you know. Yeah, this one's kind of tricky because it's at this thing right here. Anyways, as long as you get these sides, it don't matter because you'll realign the holes. But as long as you mark this side right here, Or, sorry. Oh my god, this is why I hate filming some of this install. It's hard. Yeah, so you mark the side right here where you're working with, just like the other side, so that way you know where the bracket needs to line up when you take it off. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead now and I'm just gonna pull the pins on these, on the quick releases, and then I'm gonna drop this splitter down. So boom, one pin, come around, and then we're just gonna pull this other pin out, that, and then we're gonna come over here. Oh, sorry, one side just came off easier than the other. It's being kind of janky right now. There we go. Because there's only like one bolt on each side, so sometimes the bracket kind of twists a little bit. So, yeah. Okay, got the bracket lined up on that side. Now we come over to this side. And that's why these things are always kind of tricky to do, because they're not actually always straight. Like, you think they appear to be straight up and down, but they're actually kind of curved if you look at it. See, here's the splitter like that, and see how it's kind of canted inward? They're not completely straight. So that's why you gotta kind of mount it on the car first. See, it's not completely straight, it's kind of angled. So, but that's just how the brackets are, and that's kind of how they are on the car. So all I'm going to do is drill some holes next where these are at, and then we're going to mount the hardware and try to slide this back on, and then we're going to work on doing some hardware in the back too to hold to give it another secure fit. But yeah, let me set this camera up too, and we'll get on that. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I apologize if it's a little shaky. Widen out the holes. Now that looked a little dangerous, but it is fine. Alright, I'm back. I just had to get this hardware right here. I just put it in this. It's not what it actually came in. I just using this box to hold this stuff. We need two of those. Got one of those. One of those. And I'm going to switch out these these bolts for some nylon ones, because I don't trust these. I feel like they may come loose over time, but for now we will make it work. Okay, one bolt. I just hand tighten them for now, and then I'm going to put the other one through. Okay, now same thing on the other side. I went ahead and drilled it, forgot to record, but same as the other side. That's what I'm doing. Putting that bolt through. All right, now it is time to try to slide this thing on. And there we are, got it in. It is a little tricky to get in there. You gotta kind of put one side in and the other side at a time and then push it in. And then you just lock in the little locking rings next to keep it in place. Okay, it is now mounted. Oops, sorry, forgot my lights on. It is now mounted. There we go. And with these boxes and shit out the way. But there it is. At least the front section. I still have still gotta put the splitter rods on, as well as make sure I have some other mounting location back there, which I'm kind of working on right now. And yeah, so let's get working on that. Splitter rod should be easier now that, you know, we have this. Also keep in mind, we may actually still have to trim some material off here, because if the wheels are hitting, yeah, we're gonna be screwed. So hopefully we don't have to cut anything. I really hope not, because we kind of have everything set up the way we need it, but I think we're good on wheel clearance. I don't know, let's check the front axle area and see if we actually are still, yep, we are just shy. We are right at the mid axle right there. And let me kind of show you guys what we had to remove from this car. So if you look right here, we had to go ahead and kind of cut a section out for the J-pipe to fit so it doesn't hit on it. It's no longer hitting there anymore, but we do have it awfully kind of close. So I am going to order more heat wrap, and I do have a header wrap or exhaust wrap that I've sitting around. The only thing is I just need the little metal zip ties, because whenever I originally wrapped my J-pipe, I only had enough material to do it from like right where it meets the turbo area or whatever, onto maybe like midpoint about here, and then I kind of needed to wrap the rest, so I will wrap that, as well as put some wrap on the inside around that area so it doesn't warp. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot and melt this thing, because the headers are like right there. So yeah, let's just hope it doesn't. So next I'm gonna try to figure out where these holes are, because I did put some little mounting holes somewhere over here, or some thread rivets. I just gotta figure out where they're actually at and mark it. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute. So it is the next day or next night, and I would say the splitter is about 99% complete. That one little percent is 2 bolts that I'm waiting on to arrive because I did not think it through. I ordered 4 of the same size bolts because I was just thinking of, I guess, the top part of the splitter rods where they're gonna mount through the crash bar, and I didn't think about the bottom part, and at the bottom part the bolts need to be a lot shorter because they're only going through the splitter straight into the splitter rod. So I am waiting on those bolts, and I can't go pick them up at Home Depot or Lowe's because they are a certain thread pitch that are pretty hard to find in either one of those stores, and specifically in, I guess, smaller size that I need. So I just ordered them from Bolt Depot, which is where I've been getting most of the bolts for this project. And yeah, they should be here in probably by Monday or Tuesday, hopefully. But anyways, the splitter is on there. It's still good without the splitter rods, but the splitter rods would add more stability because it does kind of flex a little bit or wobble. But I'm still not going to be driving it until I get those bolts and stuff like that, because, you know, like, I feel like it's a lot more secure with those splitter rods on there. But let's go ahead. We'll take a look at what it actually looks like right now. So as you can see, it's on the car. That's what it actually looks like. Minus the splitter rods, because they're not actually connected on the bottoms, but the tops, they're pretty much connected. But let me go ahead and set this camera up better, and I can take off the bumper and show you guys. Okay, so that's what it looks like without the bumper. And like I said, the splitter rods on the bottom are not attached. Only the upper mount portions of the splitter rods are. The bottoms aren't because I still have to order those bolts. So that is where I decided to drill. This is a Turbo XS front mount intercooler kit. So the crash bar was, you know, kind of a second idea to mount onto, because I really didn't want to have to drill through it, but it's the only location I could find. So I went ahead, got an Allen key bolt and some washers just to kind of get rid of a little bit of slack of the bolt, and then I threaded in this upper part of the splitter rod. Splitter rods are made by a company called Professional Awesome. So these are quick release ones. The bottoms have a pin, and the top have a pin also, and you just pull that pin and then slide out the little bolt part, and then they can come off completely. So that's that helps with removing the bumper and other stuff like that. So all I have to do is wait for those to come in, and then pretty much this is completely done. But other than that, that's about it for this video. I'm sorry I didn't really show that part of the install. It really wasn't that interesting, so you guys kind of get the idea. But yeah, just so if you guys are wondering and you just kind of tuned in for this video, check out my other videos. This car is kind of being built into a time attack car, or at least a car I can go out and do a lot of like racing with and not really worry about it going down or something like that. But the car is also reliable. It's making good power, but also reliable power, so that way I can continue to have more seat time with this car without it going down. So that's an important thing also when you guys are modding your cars. Keep that in mind. Chasing numbers on a stock block is just kind of stupid. Like, we all know by now kind of what the limitations are. You're not going to have like some magical unicorn engine that's going to be able to pull off 1,000 horsepower or something, or 800 or something on the stock block and whatever. So just keep your car reliable so that way you can actually enjoy it. And then if you want to have more power, then build the motor and stuff like that. But anyways, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I should also be releasing a video probably Saturday or Sunday about kind of a walk around of the car and stuff like that. So I will get the car all nice looking. I will put probably the wheels back on it and all that for the video. But yeah, stay tuned for that. That is a possible maybe. If not, it'll just be some kind of other video that I'll think of if my other car part arrives. Anyways, see you guys later.